Hello, welcome to Learning Craftsmanship and my tiny little wood shop. Today I'm going to be making a very cheap forge. So let me walk you through what my idea is. So I'm going to be making the forge in this bucket here. Now I've used this bucket before to make a furnace. There's a video that I found on The King of Random. It's a fantastic YouTube channel. I strongly recommend you check it out. But he used a bucket like this with some sort of like refractory material in there, which you can see from plaster of Paris and sand. Then use forced air from a hairdryer, and use a crucible, which I've got here, and you can get it extremely hot enough to melt aluminum and to cast some fun stuff, which I did. But today I'm actually going to take the same bucket which I made the furnace in, and I'm going to chip out all of the old refractory material, and I'm going to put some new stuff in, edit the bucket a little bit, try and make a forge. Let me walk you through how I think I'm going to try and make the forge. So you can see that there's already a hole on this side. That was what the pipe went through for the hairdryer to get the air in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another hole on the exact opposite side over here. This is so I can put the piece all the way through that I'm working on, a piece of metal for the knife making. Then I'm actually going to have, just below that, you've got your two holes, and have a grate just below that. On top of a grate I'm going to have the fuel, which is going to be charcoal. I think I'm going to have kind of charcoal lumps, which is kind of more for wood, because I think it burns at a hotter temperature, I believe. And I'm actually going to have the forced air underneath the grate. So you've got a grate, nothing under here. I'm going to have the pipe come in, shoot the forced air up so it really gets underneath the fire, which I think should work out pretty well. I created a natural draft furnace. It wasn't really a furnace, I edited it to make a forge, which is why it didn't work terribly well. Because out one of my other videos, where the oxygen supply comes up underneath the fire, and I think that works very well. So this is a bit of an experiment to see how well that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in like this. Now it's going to go everywhere. It's going to go everywhere. I'm not going to have it on wood. I'm going to have it on probably this poured concrete here, because that would be a nice flat surface. It can go everywhere. Hopefully it won't spill out underneath there. You can see that the hole is bigger than that, which is good, because that's what I'm going to pull it out through. Now I'm going to pour up to the top, right to the top there. Then I'm going to put my grate in. Once I put my grate in, I'm actually going to pour again, probably about, my grate isn't infinitely thin, it's actually got a decent amount of thickness to it, so I'm probably going to pour it until halfway up my grate. Let it all set, so that way my grate is set in it. I'm going to pour it all the way over my grate, that way my grate is set in it. And that way, when I pour my next load, it will have a clean surface to attach to. So I'm doing 1 part plaster of Paris, 1 part sand, using that. It's all in there right now. I'm going to mix the plaster of Paris with my hands, just dry, mixing it dry, because I think that when I add water, it'll be easiest if it's mostly mixed together already. I'm such a bad judge of volume and stuff. I'm pretty sure this will be enough. I think it's going to be too much, but it might go a quarter of the way up. We're going to find out. So I'm going to mix it together like that. Once I add the water, then the clock starts ticking. So I'm going to add the water, kind of in dribbles, just so I can feel out the right texture. I don't want it too runny, but I want it so that it can kind of fill up all the available space. Then I'm going to pour it into the bucket. Yeah. You can hear me thinking about it. I'm stopping even whilst I'm recording it, and I've spent ages thinking through this. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to think all the way through it. I'm going to record myself doing it. I'm going to seem like a professional. That's not how this works. That's what I think is going to happen. Oh, you know, we've bloody gone and done it. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so I come back with a slightly wet, a damp rag, which I'm not super fond of. You can feel, oh, it's a lot harder than I expected. That's also what she said. So this is where we are. We've got the holes there. I'm actually quite happy with how this ended, because we've got a significant thickness here. Something like that thick of a plaster of Paris and sand, the mixture, on top of the metal which is holding it up. So hopefully it should insulate that pretty well, not let that. I was a little bit worried that with some metal that thin it would, you know, weaken the metal enough when it got very hot, red hot, it would kind of collapse, but with that on top I think there's no chance. So the next step is to cast the walls all the way around here of the plaster of Paris. Oh my word! Oh. Aha! Aha! We have success!